Woodcutting is a physically demanding job that requires strength, endurance. In addition to commercial logging and timber harvesting, woodcutting can also be a recreational activity. Some people enjoy the physical exercise and the opportunity to spend time in nature while gathering firewood or building structures using natural materials. However, it is important to obtain necessary permits and follow regulations to ensure responsible and sustainable use of forest resources. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel before the video goes on. Cutting down a tree with a saw can be a time-consuming and physically demanding task, but it is possible with the right tools and technique. Here are some general steps for cutting down a tree with a saw. The type of saw you use will depend on the size of the tree and the thickness of the branches. For smaller trees and branches, a handheld pruning saw may be sufficient. For larger trees, a chainsaw or a bow saw may be needed. Before you start cutting, assess the tree for any hazards such as power lines or unstable branches. Make sure there is a clear path for the tree to fall without damaging any property or causing injury indefinite. A log cutter, also known as a log splitter, is a tool or machine used for splitting logs into smaller pieces. The log cutter is typically used for processing firewood, but can also be used for other purposes such as creating wooden fence posts or building materials. There are several different types of log cutters, including manual handheld models and hydraulic machines. The handheld models are operated by hand and may use a maul or an axe to split the logs. Hydraulic log splitters use a hydraulic pump to generate force to split the logs. Log cutters can be dangerous if not used properly, and it is important to follow all safety guidelines when operating them. This includes wearing appropriate protective gear, such as gloves and eye protection, and using caution when handling the logs and the cutting tool. A tree cutting machine, also known as a tree harvester or a feller buncher, is a large machine used for cutting down trees and processing them into logs. These machines are typically used in forestry and logging operations. These machines use a hydraulic arm with a cutting head to cut down trees and stack them in piles for later processing. Harvesters use a hydraulic arm with a cutting head to cut down trees and process them into logs on site. They can also remove the limbs and bark from the logs. Tree cutting machines are powerful and efficient tools, but they can also be dangerous if not used properly. It is important to follow all safety guidelines and use caution when operating these machines. Only trained and experienced operators should use tree cutting machines. Forwarders are used to transport logs from the cutting site to a processing area. They have a large loading area and can carry several logs at once. Skidders are used to drag logs from the cutting site to a processing area. They have a cable and winch system that allows them to pull the logs along the ground.